Using advanced hunting to investigate incidents with Microsoft Cloud App Security data is a powerful capability. For example, you've undoubtedly seen incidents like this in Microsoft 365 Defender. How do you investigate them? I'll start by looking at the alerts to note the incident's time frame. In this case, all the alerts occurred on May the 4th. I'll use that to help target my advanced hunting queries. Over on the Users tab, I also see that the impacted user is Megan Bowen, and she has a rather high investigation priority. Her account's clearly at risk, which you also see on her user profile page. There's some risky activities listed here, but what I'm really interested in are the locations from which she's been signing in. 9 of them, mostly from the United States, Belgium, and Israel. But we also see locations like Singapore, Ireland, and Albania. And the last activity on each location lines up nicely with our timeline. I'll once again make a note of these to help target my advanced hunting queries. But first, I'll address a common question. If these alerts are coming from Microsoft Cloud App Security, why can't we just investigate them in the activity log? There's a lot of detailed information in the activity log, sure, but there are a lot of items. I could easily miss something. And looking at the raw data JSON, you get a sense of the detail that is available. However, I cannot filter on all that information. Not here anyway. But over in Advanced Hunting, I can access all of it in my Kusto queries. In the remainder of this video, I'll show you a cool example to get you going with Microsoft Cloud App Security data in Advanced Hunting. There are many more in our Advanced Hunting webinar though, and I encourage you to give it a watch if you want to go even further. Since our data is in Microsoft Cloud App Security, I'm using the Cloud App Events table. It doesn't contain the user UPN though, just the account object ID. Not to worry, I can query the identity info table on the user's UPN to look it up. And just like that, I have the account object ID. Now, onto my example. I'm going to review accessed emails. The first few lines set up variables, like the account object ID I got earlier, the locations I'm investigating, and the time frame. I filtered these results to just show accessed mail items in the targeted locations and time frame, about 10 of them. Each item has a lot of detail, including the raw event data. That's a dynamic type that lists things like client info string, IP address, and more. I'm after folders though. It's an array, or list, of all the folders accessed during the event. I want all that information, and to get it, I'll use mvexpand to extract each item of the folders array from the raw event data. We got more results this time because some items had more than one folder. Now I have a new column called Raw Event Data Folders, which contains an object representing a folder. In addition to the folder path, it also provides in folder items an array of mail items accessed. All of that is valuable information that I want to extract. To do that, I'll use extend to add columns for the folder path and session ID. Then use mvexpand again to extract each mail item from the folder items array. As expected, the list now contains many more rows because the user accessed multiple items in each folder. The path, session ID, and internet message ID of each mail item accessed are in the right-hand columns now. There are too many columns for this to be really useful though. So I'll use the project command to show only the columns I care about and in the order I want to see them. Something's still missing though. Having the internet message ID is great, but it doesn't really tell me anything about the messages. To go further, I'll join the previous results with the email events table to get details about each message. Don't let the join command scare you, by the way. This query is simply looking up each message by its internet message ID in the email events table and adding the email subject, recipient, sender, and other facts about the message to the results. This was just one example of what you can do with Advanced Hunting and Microsoft Cloud App Security data. There are many more in the webinar I mentioned earlier, and you find the queries themselves on GitHub. Using Advanced Hunting to investigate incidents with data from Microsoft Cloud App Security can give you richer insights into it. For more information, we encourage you to see our documentation on Microsoft Docs.